Okay, so didn't we already talk about this yesterday? Graphing from grade 10, where we did a mx plus b. Do you remember from grade 10? This m is the what again? The slope, which is the what over the what? Rise over run. And the b is the what? The y-intercept. Because where x is 0, right? That's what you're doing. Okay. What does this inequality symbol mean to you right here? Which direction? You have 4 choices. Less than, greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. Less. Okay, when we're less than something, can we be on that? No. Okay, so I'm going to graph this line, and I'm going to graph it as a dashed line. So I'm going to start at a y-intercept of 5. And what's going on in front of the x here? How many x's do I have? I have 1 x. And as a fraction, that's a 1 over 1. So do you know how to do your staircase? Up 1, right 1. So I'm going to draw a dashed line. Okay, I can't be on that line. I have to be less than that line, so it's a dashed line. Okay, you have 2 choices. Which side of the line will be less than? My blue or my red pen? Red. That side is less than. So right now I'm going to give myself some arrows because I'm just going to remind myself I need to be below it. Okay, what is this symbol? Remember that symbol? Greater or equal. So could we be on this line if we wanted to be? Yeah, we can be on this line. Okay, so I'm going to go with a 1 on the y-axis. And the slope is -2. So as a fraction, -2 over 1. So I'm going to go down to right 1. And you told me I could be on this line. So I'm going to draw it as a solid line. Now, I have to pick which side I'm going to be on, so the greater side. So which side looks like it's angling upward? The blue side is angling upward. So I want to be on this side of the line. So what zone would work for both? You're going to shade it in. Which region has to be below that one and above that one? What's that?
I'm just confused.
Which, at the y I'm shading that?
Yeah.
I have to be in a position where I'm below this line and above that line.
Okay.
Do you see the above it and also below that? So what does this mean to you? It means any point, any coordinate. You can pick any coordinate in this zone and it should work in both of them. Can you name me a coordinate that would work? Something like this coordinate should work. It doesn't, there's a bunch. 5, 2 should work. So if I plug it in, so 2 is less than 5 plus 5. Is that statement true? Yeah, 2 is less than 10. Is 2 greater than or equal to negative 2 times 5 plus 1? Is that true? Yep, that's true. So any coordinate in your zone should work. So if you want to see if you're right, test a coordinate. It should work in both of them. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, the first one, x is greater than or equal to negative 5. So this is a special line. It doesn't have y mx plus b. It doesn't have that. Can you draw a coordinate anywhere in which it has an x value of negative 5? Can you draw me? Draw me one on your own paper. Give me a coordinate anywhere that has an x value of negative 5. So I did one right on the axis at negative 5, 0. Can you draw me a second coordinate anywhere that has an x value of negative 5? Do you know what kind of special line it's going to make? Do you remember it from grade 10? It's going to be vertical. It's going to go straight up and down. Okay, what kind of line will I draw? Is it going to be dashed or solid? Solid, because it says I could also be equal to it. Which side of that would be the greater than side? So you always have two choices. Which side heads in a greater direction on this line? Where do you have x values bigger? The blue side or the red side? Red. The red is bigger x values. So I'm going to draw arrows to indicate I better make sure I'm on that side of that line. Okay, next we have this line, and we're going to have to put in some work. It's not very nice looking right now. We're going to do algebra, and we're going to get it to look like mx plus b form. Okay, ready? I'm going to keep the y. I'm going to keep the y's. I'm going to move the x. So once I move the x, the sign will change. I'm going to move the 9. Are you okay with my algebra? I just rearranged to be y equals mx plus b, kind of in that line. How do I get y alone? I'm going to divide by 3. But if I do that divided by 3, I have to do everything divided by 3. So y is greater than 2/3 x plus 3. Okay, so I'm going to put a coordinate on the y-axis at 3. I'm going to do a slope of up to right 3. And I'm going to draw a what kind of line. So we have either a dashed or a solid. Dashed, yep. Then you're going to pick which side of that line you want to be on. There's your two choices. You have to be greater than that line. So you have to be in a position where you're angling upward. So which pen of mine will angle upward? The blue is angling in an upward direction. All right, last line. Okay, so I'm going to do some steps the same. I'm going to rewrite the Y. I'm going to take the X to the other side. I'm going to take the 6 to the other side. To get Y alone, I'm going to divide by -2, which makes Y alone. And then something crazy is going to happen here. My sign is going to flip-flop directions. So the reason is whenever algebraically you have a divide by negative, that's what it does, or timesing by a negative. The last time I didn't flip it because I was dividing by a 3. This time I'm dividing by a -2, so it does a flip. Okay, so point it to the other direction. So -2x plus 3. Okay, so graphing, the 3 is the same down to right 1. This line is going to be solid. And then I'm going to think, which side of that line do I want to be on if I'm greater? I've got to be bigger than it. So the blue or the red side is a greater angling upward side. So that side of the line would be the greater than. Okay, so where is it going to work for us? Anything in this zone would work. It has to be greater than that one, but you have to stop. There's a wall there you can't go past. So I actually had to extend my line a little bit more than what I had just to make sure you could see. So for instance, the coordinate 0, 10 should work for all of them when you plug it in.